All right, guys, just type in the chat box so that we don't interject the structure too much, right? Just put your comment in the chat box and the moderator will attend to them. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Monserrat is a mistake. You can drop your hands now. Can you see my screen, everybody? Can you see my screen? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we are going to start now. Like I was saying, before you do anything in Python, you need to be very strong with the foundation. Like I said, when you're building a house, your foundation needs to be strong. And these are the foundations of Python: variables, data type indentation, string and string manipulation, then how to format strings. So basically, Mr. Adedoye has like taken us on most of these things, but I'm going to reiterate and then make you understand more. So you see reasons why this is very important. So let's begin with variables. So variables and data type. So when we talk about variable is like a container where you store items, where you store values. So I'm going to break it down in layman words for us. Variable is like a container where you store values, where you store items. It's just like your phone. You want to save a contact on your phone, yeah? And you save it with a name. That name you're saving it with is called a variable. So variable is like a container. So in Python, it's Python memories box. It's the name we give to a value. So we can use it again, as you can see in our slides. So let me show you what a variable is. Let's do something. So like I said, it's a container where you store values. Yeah. For example, let's say Python equal to, let's say, hello world. So in this case, what is our variable? Our variable is Python. Python is a variable. What are we storing inside? The container in this case is Python, and what we are storing inside our value is what? Hello world. So in this case, Python is reading hello world as this Python. That's the variable. Do you get? So if you run this, if you go ahead and say print Python, it gives you what is in it, hello world. So now let's do something else. Let's say my name is equals to Sarah. Yeah, and I go print name. And when I print this, so print, I miss the N. And I print this, I get my name. So basically, variables are like, so just imagine this as a container. The name is the container, and the value you're storing is Terra. So we call them variables. Do you get? Whatever you give to that value is called a variable in Python. So Python, wherever Python sees name, Python recognizes name as what? Dara. So if you want to call Dara, you use the variable name. It's just like in mathematics, we have variable x and y. X is equals to x in mathematics. When you're doing simple equation, x is equals to 2 plus 4. Do you get? So when you want to call 2 plus 4, you can call x. I don't know if you get. So this is what we call a variable. Now, when you talk about variables and data type like goes hand in hand. And so when we talk about data types, I want to talk about data types. Before then, let's also know that variables are case sensitive. Variables are case sensitive. So if you, this Python now is in small letters, right? Lowercase. If I go and say print Python and then my P is now in capital letter or everything is a capital letter, it is going to give me an error. Why? Because the name Python is not defined. It is case sensitive. Variables are case sensitive. Do you get? So let us be cautious of our cases. Then in variables, we have what we call upper, we have what we call camel case, Pascal case, and snake case. Yeah. So you can't just name a variable. For example, you want to, I want to say my name. I want to do my name equals to error. If I run this, print name, if I run this, it's going to give me an error. Why? Because of the space in between my name. So there's something we call camel case, Pascal case, and snake case. So when we talk about camel case, it's basically when you can make your the first words of your the first letter of your words uppercase, like my name. Or this is what you call Pascal case. You can do this, and when you run this, it will go, yeah. So the space is not needed, because if there's a space in between there, it gives you an error. So you call this a Pascal case. Then there is another one. You can just say my name, where the first letter can be small letter, and then this can be a capital letter. So it just depends on how you want it. And we call this a camel case. If you run this, it will also give you it will give you my name, which is there. Then what we call the camel case. The camel case is the most used and most recommended because it just makes your work quite neat. Do you understand? So like this is what we call a camel case. Oh, sorry, snake case. Sorry, this is a camel case. The snake case is most recommended. Snake case is where you use the underscore, like my name equals to error. So this is what we call a snake case. If you want to make a comment, always make a comment with you can make a comment with what's it called, asterisk. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. This. Yeah, so this is called a snake case. The snake case is mostly used. So when you run this, it gives you my name. So when naming a value, that is when using a variable, try to use the most recommended, which is the snake case. It makes your work quite neat. I hope everyone is following. Then we are going to talk about data type. Now, like I said, data type. Okay, why is this showing an error? Let me correct this because I'll be sharing it. So, like I said, data type and variable goes hand in hand. Yeah. So, when Mr. Adedoyin was taking the class, I noticed he spoke a little about data type. Well, now we're going to go more into data type. So, in data type, you have okay, let's go to our slide. We have the string. We have, hold on. So in data type, we have the string, we have the float, we have the integer, we have the Boolean. So when you talk about string are text. We talk about integers and float and numeric data type. Yeah. String, integers, float, Boolean. We can also refer to dictionary, list, and tuple set as data types as well. But those ones are more of data structures, yeah. But these are what we need to really understand as our data type: the string, the numeric data type, the integers and float, and then our Boolean. Boolean is your true or false statement. Yeah. Whenever you say true or false statement, they are called Boolean. So let's see. Let's try and understand this data type better. Now, let's go back to my name. I named that as the second cell. Okay, let me just make it easy. Let's say mentor equals to Michael. Okay, now in this case, this is called a string. What is the variable, yeah, mentor, yeah. So mentor is what? Is having string, is having Michael in it, and Michael is a string. I don't know if you get. So Michael is a string. Why is it a string? It's a text. Text are string, and text are strings are text basically, and they are held by quotes. So it can be a double quote, it can be a single quote, or a triple quote. Now I'm going to explain. Now, if you use, most recommend me, I normally use double quotes. Some people use, I just prefer double quotes because it's easy for me to just get to it. So you can use a single quote for this, because if you do not put Michael in a string, it will not run. Yeah, it's a text, so it has to be in a string. That is why it's called this. So if you use a single quote and run this, it will give, and then you print what? Michael, print mentor, it will give you what? Michael, correct? Yeah. So if you use a double quote, it will still give you the same thing which you have been using. Quite all right. Now, if you use a triple quote, it will still give you the same thing. But now, there are situations whereby it's a must that you have to use a double quote, else you will get an error. Now, for example, let's say my text now is let's say Mr. Let's say something like Michael is a great, like, for example, now, you know, I'm trying to look for okay, it's my, for example, Michael is my mentors, or for mentors, you know, I'll need an apostrophe, right? Mentors boss. Now, if you run this with a single quote, it will not work. Why? Because there is another single quote in it. So let's try and see. So it's going to give me an error. So in this case, what do? You use a double quote. So the double quote now overlooks the single quote that is in your text, that is in your string. Do you get it? So if there is a case whereby, okay, now this is the case where you need a triple quote. For example, you said this is my text, and then there's something like this in my text in brackets. Let's say I open a bracket here, and then I put something like book, for example, and close the bracket. There is a double quote inside my double quote, inside my string. Do you get? If I run this, it will not work. If I run this, it will not work. I hope everyone is following. Please drop a comment if you are following. So if I run this, it will not work. It will give me an error. Why? Because there's a double quote in my string. In this case, what do? You use a what? Triple quote. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Then you run this. It gives you what it's in your string. I hope you're following. So this is how you can go through your strings. On the long run, we look at string manipulation and string formatting, how to manipulate and how to format your string. So this is a string. So now let's talk about integers. When we talk about integers, we talk about we are talking about numeric data type, which is the integers and floats. Yeah. So we don't need to put them in a string. That's why they're called integers. Yeah. For example, age is equals to 25. If you go and put this in a string, Python reads it. Put this in a quote. Python reads it as a what? String. But this is an integer. This is an integer. So we don't need a quote. Yeah. So this is an integer, and this is a float. Height equals to, for example, height is equals to 6.5. 6.5. So decimals are floats. Decimals are floats. Then for Boolean, true or false statement, we have, for example, let's say my age is, no, let's say, then let's say, hold on. number, let's say number is equals to okay, before this, I want to make us understand something. Yeah, how do you really know if this is a string, if this is a string, if this is a text, if this is a string, if this is a float, or if this is, what's it called, an integer? Yeah, so to know how to let me take off this. I'm coming back to this. There is a syntax for that. So this is an integer, yeah? For us to be sure, if you're forgotten what this is and you just want to check, this is how you check. Then you do type age. When you run this, it gives you an integer. That is how you check your data type. This is how you check your data type. I hope you are following. Is everybody following? If you are lost, please drop a comment. So, okay, yeah, you're following. So for string is the same way. Where is this? Where is the string I used earlier? So for string is the same way. You just put, for example, like use name equals to. I have to do it again. There. Then you now do type name. So when you check the type, it gives you the data type, which is string. You can also do that for your what's it called, float, right, equals to 6.5. Okay, so you check the data type right, then you print it, so it gives you a float. That is an integer. Then that is numeric plus a decimal. Then integer, we've done integer, string type. Then boolean. Boolean is a true or false statement, like I said. Let's say 10 h is equals to number is equals to n greater than where is greater than 2. So if you go and check type for this type number, so it's going to tell you that it is a boolean. Now boolean telling you that it is a true or false statement, right? It's telling you that it's a true or false statement. So these are the data types we have in Python. You can, like I said, other dictionary, tuple, set, you can as well check the type of those ones like this too, because they're data type, but they are more advanced. That's why I refer to them as data structures. And let's say, for example, you have a list. Let me just give you how to check for your list. For example, they are the same. Floats are decimals. Somebody asked the difference between float and decimals. They're the same. Floats are decimals. Do you get? Float is a data type, so they are decimals. Yeah. So for example, you have book equals to, let's say, okay, ice cream is equals to this choco mint. What other flavor do you have? Vanilla. Then you close your bracket. So sorry, this is meant to be in a string, right? So always remember that it's meant to be in a string because it is a text. So you can check the data type of this. For example, you've forgotten what data type this is. You can do this by saying type in the brackets and put ice cream. When you run this, it gives you your data type, which is
Dara.
tuple. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So someone was asking that, is there a difference between float and decimal?
Yeah, I've responded to your question. I answered.
Okay.
I know that there is no difference. So floats are decimals. Thank you. So this is how you, okay, so this is how you can as well confirm. You've forgotten, oh, I was taught what tuple actually, symbol for tuple, but I can't remember what's the data type again. So you just type and then this, you get it. For example, let's say it's a square bracket that is here. You were taught what a square bracket is, right? Let's put the square bracket. And if we run this, is a list. Remember, square brackets are what? List, remember. Yeah. So then we can do this for set and dictionary too, like as you were taught, you also see it here. So because of our time, I'm going to, you've been taught about dictionary and set, but the way you were taught, you can as well check the type, the way I just showed you how to check for your list and tuples. So this is it for our data type. So we are going to talk about indentation. Indentation. So indentation. So when we talk about indentation, so on the long run, you will see the importance of using this indentation. Yeah. So indentation is like Python way of identifying the end of a block of code. So on the long run, you are going to be writing a block of code. Yeah. And it will have to be indented. I don't know if you get. So it's one of the most important things in Python. So Python uses space like a tab to indent. Yeah, so it shows you where a block of code starts and ends. It's just the way you have what's it called? Imagine you're writing like a shopping list. Yeah, you're writing like a shopping list. You now start drinks. You want to go and buy something, yeah, and then you're writing it on a sheet of paper. Drinks. Under drinks, you put a bullet point, Coke and Fanta. Under, then you put snacks. Under snacks, you put a bullet point, biscuit and chocolates. So without that bullet point, it will be scattered. I don't know if you get. So that bullet point is more like an indentation. So it lets you know that this is where this thing is under drinks. This thing is under snacks. That is how indentation works in Python. And indentation is used when when there is a condition, a loop. In Python, we have what we call for loop and while loop. You get to meet it in the long run, but we need to understand the foundation first. When there's a condition, a loop, a while loop, or a for loop, or a function, that is when you use indentation. So let me explain to you how indentation works now. I still see my screen, right? How indentation works. Let's see. So, for example, you have a statement like, if, let's say, age is equals to 29, yeah? If age, now this is it's just like in your Excel now. Remember the if statement now. Yeah, it's a condition, and that is when you use indentation when there is a condition. Remember, if it's a condition, you have the if function and the rest in Excel. Yeah. So if age is what greater than 20, if age is greater than 20, then you put this. Now automatically it indents. Now this, I'm going to show you something now. Print, all this while, yeah, if you are printing, we just come down here and we print the variable, yeah. So if we do the same thing here after this condition, using the condition if, print age, it's going to give us an error. Why? Because it is not indented. Let's read the error. It says indentation error. Expected an indented block after if statement on line 2. So when there is a condition, you use the if, you use the while during your other classes, you get to meet functions, writing block of codes and all that. So when you're writing block of codes with conditions, functions, and all that, remember to always indent. Now, this is how you indent. You put 4 spaces before you write your print. So you just click on tab, and then that's it. That's 4 spaces. Rightly indented. So it's telling you that this is the end of this particular code. So print age if this statement is true. Do you get? No, print. So let's print. Let's see if it works. 29. Yeah. So you can even say print true. Print true. Because why? Age is what? Age is greater than 20. So if you say you should print true, sorry, okay, yeah, age. Sorry. Print true. Let's see if this will work. Now, if you say age is, if age is greater than 20, you should print true. Do you know why it gave us an error at first? I typed true without putting it in a string. That was why it gave me an error. So age is actually greater than 20. That is why it's giving me true. So if age is less than 20, let's see what it's going to give. If age is less than 20, in this case, age is not less than 20, right? Age is actually greater than 20. And I'm saying if it's less than 20, it should print true. Let's see what it will give us. It's not printing anything. Why? Because age is not less than 20. So this is how indentation works. So if your code is not rightly indented, it's going to give you an error. So to indent, you just click on your tab key, or you just give 4 spaces, and then that is what we call an indentation. On a long run, you will learn how to use the if function, how to use the if, the while loop, how to use the else, if not, else you give me this. You will learn all those ones, but for now we are just looking at the foundation. So this is it for indentation. I hope you are following, please. If you are following, drop a comment or you drop an emoji. Then be sure that everyone is flowing with me, because I don't want to be flowing alone. I don't want to be flowing alone. Let's try another indentation. Okay, you can see. Let's try something else. Let's say book is equals to 24. Then if book is greater than 25, you now print. Remember, after every if loop, we always put our semicolon else to give us an error. Print print true. So who is going to tell, is this code going to run or not? Comment. What do you think? Is this code going to run or not? What do you think, guys? Will it run? Why won't it run? Goody, you said no, so why won't it run? No indentation. Very good. It's only Goody that is answering. Who said it will? It will not. It will not run. Yes, it will not run. Book is actually less than 25, but it will not run. Why? Because it's not rightly indented. So now, what do you do to indent? Drop it in the comment. Let me see. What do I do to indent right now? Tab. Exactly. And when you run this, it's going to tell you if it will not. So it's, why is it giving me, why is it not giving me this thing? Because book is not less than, book is actually, book is not greater than 25. That is why. That is why it's not running. It's not giving me the answer. But if I change this to less than, then it will give me true. Yeah. So very correct. So now let's go to what we have next. Yeah. Yeah. I can see everybody is flowing. So Indentation. So we just finished with the indentation. Look at the key tips. Always indent after if, for, while, functions. So this is when you indent when there is a block of codes, when there is condition, loop, and function. So indentation tells Python what belongs where. Now, what is next? We have strings. So we've heard a lot about strings today, starting from Mr. Adedoyin's class. Now, strings are text, remember. So anything inside a quote is a string. I remember I told you how you can use your single, double, and triple string. Now let's see how we can use a string, how we can combine a string, how we can format a string. Yeah. So let's go to our Jupyter notebook. So let's say I'm doing this. Let me just copy this. Let me just type it again. My mentor is equals to thank you for all you do. Now this is a string, so I'm writing a text, is a sentence inside here. Yeah. So and then I want to do something like name is equals to sorry. I want to show us how we can combine both strings. And I'll show us how we can format a string too. So let's say we have this, and this is a string, yeah? So how do we combine? We want to like combine both strings together. It's very easy. So it's very easy to combine strings together. You can just use what's it called? Your plus what's it called? Plus sign. Let's say word. I'm going to show you something. Word is equals to mentor, my mentor plus name. So if you now print word, I'm going to explain this. Don't worry. It's going to give you. Now, what is it giving you? Thank you for all you do, Mr. Michael. But guess what? Do and Mr. is together. There is no space. So I'm going to explain to you how this is what we call combination, how you can combine two strings together. Yeah. So the first string is, yeah, I'm taking it again. So the first, we have the first variable is my mentor. The second variable is name. And then we have our values in a variable, yeah. So I want to combine both variables together. So in a case whereby you have two variables or two strings that you want to combine together to make a sentence, you can use the plus sign. Yeah, you can use the plus sign to do it. It's very simple. So but you have to like give it another variable. Like I gave it another variable word. Word is equals to my mentor plus, just like normal mathematics, 2 plus 3, 4 plus 4. Do you get? So I'm saying word is equals, I gave it another variable. So it will recognize it as a new this thing, a new variable. Do you get? Word is equals to my mentor plus name. So wherever you see word, it's giving me my mentor plus name together. So I now said print word. That is why it gave me thank you for all you do, Mr. Michael. But now there is this do, Mr. Do and Mr. is together. So we need a space inside. What do? You can now choose to add space in your sentence. Do you get? Like word is equals to my mentor plus, then you open a quote and space, you close it, then plus name. I don't know if you get it. So it's like you adding a space. So why I'm putting the space in a string, I want in a quote, I want Python to recognize it as a string so that it can give me the space. I don't know if you get it. So I'm adding my mentor plus a space plus the name. So if I run this, it will now give me a space. Like concatenate, exactly, like concatenate in Excel. You can see now that it's a sentence and it gave me the space I need. So it's like exactly concatenate in Excel. Now we are going to see other kind of other way of formatting. So this is how this works. Now we are going to see how we can format a text or a string. How we can format a string in Python. Now let's say yeah, correct, like concatenate. There are three main ways of formatting, but one is most recommended, and it's called the F-string formatting. F-string formatting method. Yeah, F-string formatting method. Sorry, please give me a moment. Please give me a moment. Okay, so sorry. We have the F-string formatting method. We are going to look at three ways of formatting, but we are going to focus more on the most recommended. Yeah, we have the F-string formatting method. We have the dot format, and then a bracket method, and we have the percentage format method, which is the old method of formatting. So now formatting is more like, how do I explain it in a layman terms now? Instead of saying you want to give a statement, yeah? For example, you have, for example, I have a word like name equals to, I have something like Dixon. And I have something like age is equals to 50. And sorry, it's not meant to be in a string. And I have occupation is equals to, let's say, Python King. Now, you have something like this. You want to format it. You want to make a sentence with this. You want to make a sentence with this. Instead of you saying, just typing, my name is Dixon, I'm 50 years old, I'm a Python kid, you can combine, you can build sentence with variables by using formatting. That is the word, yes. So you can build a sentence with variables, with these variables, a name, age, and occupation by using what? The formatting method. By using the formatting method. So now let's look at the first method of formatting, which is the F-string. F-string, and it's the most recommended, sorry. F-string, which is the what? Most recommended. I'll show us the rest, but this is easier. Other ones will just give you a headache. So now, how do you use the F-string method of formatting? So you want to, I want to format this, I'm going to do this again. I want to format this. I want to make a sentence out of this, yeah? So I will now say, what I will say now is print F. For formatting, you use F. So instead of just saying print name as usual, you say print name. What will it give you? It will give you only name, right? Right? Which is Dixon, right? But this time around, I don't want to print name, but I want to make a statement. I want to make a sentence. I want to join everything together. What I will do is, when I open my bracket, I'll put F, which is the formatting, whatever it's called, formatting symbol. Yeah. So F, and then I'll open my quotes, and then I'll put my string in it. The words I want to, the sentence I want to form. My name is, instead of me now typing Dixon, or just typing Dixon out there, Dixon already has a variable, right? It already has a variable. So what I'll do is I'll open a bracket, a curly bracket, It's called the curly bracket, and then I put name. If you use another bracket to give you an error, there has to be a curly bracket. So I'm calling the variable name instead of typing Dixon. Yeah. So you will see the importance of this when you are trying to give a sentence that, when you're trying to like join words, variables together, you see the importance of this F string. So curly bracket, my name is this, comma, I am, then I'll open again and put 50, age, years old, and I am a occupation. I'll open a curly bracket and put occupation. I'll close it. So don't forget to close your bracket. Don't forget to close your quotes. Sorry, I meant to put a space. Don't forget, we open the quotes at the beginning. You close it, and then you close your bracket. We are good, yeah? So this is how to use the F string formatting method. So when I run this, it's going to give me my sentence. My name is Dixon. I'm 50 years old, and I'm a Python king. Let me make it a correct statement. I'll put footstop. So yeah, and let's make this in a capital letter D, the name. So my name is Dixon, I'm 50 years old, and I'm a Python king. That is how you use the F string formatting method, which is the most recommended. On your own, please try and go through this again, because being taught this just once will not make you understand it studying it. You have to go and redo. That's one thing about coding. You need to keep on trying and failing, so that it can stick in your head. Why do you have age and occupation in a curly bracket? The reason why I have it in a curly bracket is because it is a variable. I'm calling it into my formatting, into this sentence. So if it's not in a curly bracket, it will give me an error. But it has to be in a curly bracket because I'm calling the variable name, age, and occupation, because I want to format it in this sentence. So if I use another bracket, it will give me error. Just know that. If I don't put it in a curly bracket, it will give me an error. So let's go for the second method, which is not really used. Like I said, this is the most recommended. The other method is what we call dot format. Dot format, and open and close. So this is the method, dot format method. So this, let me forget to do this. So this is the second method of formatting. So to do this, you just have to, the difference, I'm just going to copy and paste to save time, yeah? So you just, let me copy this and paste here. So I copied and paste here. So how do I use this dot format method? Instead of, for this method now, instead of putting this F, I'll just remove it. I'll not put this F at the beginning. I'll just open my, open my bracket. Sorry. Open my bracket, write my my sentence, and then I will not put any variable here too. It's just going to be a bracket with nothing inside. Yeah. So when I've done this, and I have closed the quote, that is when the dot format will come before I close the bracket. Yeah. So what you do now is dot format. Hope you're following. You open a bracket and put the variables that you want to format. This is, you can see it is quite complex compared to the first one. That's why the first one is most recommended. I don't really use this. Name, comma, age, comma, and occupation. What do you do next? You close your bracket. Remember, I opened the bracket earlier before. We also closed the one we opened before. So when you run this, it's going to give you that sentence. without error. My name is Dixon, I'm 30 years old, and I am a Python king. So this is how you use the dot format method. And then we are going to look at the last method, which is the percentage formatting method. It's the old style of formatting. I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to use the percentage format method. Percentage formatting method. So now this method is
Error.
yes, sir.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, I think you have 20 minutes left for your session.
Okay, that's fine. So how to use the percentage formatting method? Okay, so this is the old style and it's more complex. So basically, when you call, how do I explain it? Okay, so let's first of all take this off. This dot format. Then instead of a curly bracket, yes, you call them by their, what's it called? Their data type. Their data type. All right? You call them by their data type. So if range integer, what are the data types again? So you call them by the data type. Sorry. So for string, it's S. For integer, it's not I, it's D. It's digits. So you call them by the data type. So instead of using the curly bracket, you say my name is Dixon, then you put the percentage data type. What's the data type of Dixon? Is string S, right? Percentage S. I am, instead of this curly bracket, the data type of this one is integer D, percentage D. We call it D. They are called placeholders. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. They are called placeholders. Percentage D. Then I am occupation. What's the data type? I think string too, right? Percentage S. Yes. Yeah, that's the data type, right? So what do you do next? So what you do next is you close your bracket and then you put the percentage formatting method, because you know the first one we did dot format. So this time around we are doing percentage and the name. The first one is dot format method. We did dot format name, age, and occupation. So we are doing percentage name, age, and occupation. Close the bracket. Remember to close your bracket, but we opened it earlier. So when we run this, should give us our sentence. Yes, it did. Okay, so this is the old method. I remember the last time I used this, but yeah, this is the old method of formatting. That is all for formatting. So in your own free time, make sure you go through all this, but the most recommended is the F-string formatting. This is how you can join a string together and make a statement. So now let's look at the last one we have for today, which is, okay, we just talked about this, how to combine. We talked about formatting. I showed us how to format. This is the first one, which is F-string, most recommended. The dot format method, percentage format method, which is the old style of formatting. So now we're going to look at string formatting, which is the last one. String manipulation. Now, Mr. Adedoyin really usually talked about this, where he was telling you how to append, how to remove, so it's basically the same thing, yeah? So it's not going to take much of our time. Then we'll just do 1 or 2 class activity. Let's see. Let's look at so what did I say we're doing? String manipulation, yeah? So how to manipulate a string, how to change a sentence to upper, lower. So for example, let's say friend is equals to Oscar is my friend. So you put this, and then we want to, for example, I want to change Oscar to Upper. These are you. I'll just show you how you can manipulate your string. I want to change Oscar to Upper, just Oscar to Upper. Sorry, I want to change. Let me say I want to change the old text to Upper. So what I'll do is I'll just say friend.
I'm not sure what you're trying to edit.
Sorry, I'm not talking to you. So friend dot Upper. So if I do run this, it's going to change everything to uppercase. Oscar is my friend. So I can do the same thing and say friend dot lower. Yeah, gives me what lowercase. I can do the same thing and say friend. What should we try again? Capitalize. Friend dot capitalize. Let's see what capitalize is going to give to us. Friend dot capitalize. This is for capitalize. Friend dot capitalize. If I run this, it give me Oscar is my friend. It just capitalize the first name, which is Oscar. Yeah, that's how capitalize work. You can also replace. For example, I want to replace Oscar with another name. You get. Let's say I want to replace Oscar with Michael. Now I will say friend dot replace. I think we talked about replace too. Replace Oscar. Replace Oscar with Michael. So if I run this, it definitely should replace Oscar with Michael. Michael is my friend. That is how you replace. Then we also have split and join. Split is just, you should just split your words like into your sentence into words, or what's it called? So for the split, you use friend dot friend dot I'm talking about split, yeah. Sorry, the messages were distracting me. Friend dot split. Open this, then friend dot split. Then when you run this, it splits everything together. So you can as well join what you've splitted. You can join too. Mr. Adedoyin talked about join. We can as well remove space. Let's see how we can remove space. Let's see. I'm going to copy this. Just see. Control V. I'm going to change this to let me just give it any name. Then I have a space at the beginning, I have a space at the end, and I want to remove the space. So we use what we call strip. We use strip, yeah. So in this case, we say print. You can use print. Somebody I saw that was what distracted me. You can use print. It's not really, you can use print with or without print, your code to we run. So I actually do advise you to use print, especially when you're a beginner, so you will not have any issues. Yeah, so let's use the print. So print, we are printing. We want to remove the space. Yeah, there's space in between because there's space at the beginning and at the end, so we want to remove unnecessary space. So we'll just place print mail dot, what's wrong? Mail dot strip. Yeah, it's a strip, it's called strip. And you close your brackets. When you run this, it should remove the space. There is no space in it. So you can as well choose to just remove the space at the beginning and space at the, you said, okay, I don't want to remove the space which is at the end. You don't want to remove the space which is at the end. Yeah. So I want to remove the one only at the beginning. So to do that, you just say the beginning, the one at the beginning is left, right? You put L here, L strip. Yeah, L strip. Then when you run this, it removes only the one at the beginning. To remove the one at the space at the end, you can put right strip. It removes the space at the end. So that is it for how to manipulate. And as well, you can as well check the length of your character. Mr. Dede talked about it as well. To check the length of your character, you just use LEN friend. For example, I'm checking the length of this my sentence, which is friend. Yeah, that's my variable. 18. It's telling me that it is 18. Like I said, see, I didn't use print, so even if I use print, it will still work. So it's not a big deal. 18. So you get. So I'm going to give us a class activity. So we are going to share our answer in the comment section. You are going to make a sentence with your name, your age, and if you love Python. Make a sentence and format it. Create a variable with your name, your age. For the 10 minutes you have left, share it in the comment section. Oh, can you do that? Is it possible? Sir, can they do that? Is it possible? Or they should take it home as a distance?
I think we still have like 8 minutes. They can do that. It will make sense. So they take another assignment.
Okay, so please let's do that. So we are going to create a variable with our name. What did I say again? So we are going to create a variable. We're going to create a variable with our name, our age, and our love for Python, if we love Python. Yeah. So after creating that variable, then we format it using the format string, which is the most recommended, and share your answer in the comment box. We have just a few minutes to do that. We have only a few minutes to do that. So for create a variable with your name, your age, and your what's it called? Your love for Python, if you love Python or not. So let's know the people that love Python in our class. Then format it in a sentence. I'll be in the comment section. Yeah, not necessarily your age, please. To your, okay, how can you open Jupyter? I think you can go to your Mr. Michael, right? Go to your search button and type Jupyter. It should pop up. If I'm not mistaken.
That's already contained in the pre-video, so I don't think that should be an issue. Just go back and see the short video that was sent to you. You should be able to open from there. If you have issues, you can drop what is the issue particularly. Thank you. Use your phone, PyDroid app, download PyDroid app. It's available for people without laptop. Also, just go to Google Colab. I dropped that link in that video I shared with us as well. Just that link to Google Colab so that you can close. So okay, go. So it's in the video, right? Adekunle, but no problem. Just go to your search bar, type CMD, and then type in Jupyter Notebook. If you've gone through the process I stated in that video. All right. Yeah. Your CMD, and then yeah.
So before you continue, I saw a question that popped up where I was not able to respond to it. How do you capitalize each word in a sentence? So you use title, you use title, you use uppercase to just do the first one, then you use uppercase for all, you use capitalize for the first one, you use title for all the sentence. And this hash is used to, I call it hash, right? So it's used to comment. Yes. Jadon, please share your this thing so we can look at it. So Michael can also assist us to look at it in the comment section too. Share it. Let's see what you've done. You have to do that your installation again. I wonder why it happened. Blessing.
Hold on. Yeah. I just checked for Blessing.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. Very good.
It's like Blessing is the only one ready to share the code.
So it's only Blessing that shared our code. I'm trying to see what I can give them as assignment. Share your code. Let's access them for you before we close. You are the one holding also. Any other person has shared? Any other person? So I'm going to give us an assignment. If no other person is going to share, we'll just give us 2 minutes, and if nothing comes in, We'll have our assignments. If you have your phone, you can snap it. Do the
Dara, I don't know. Maybe you can just send the assignment to the group. So
okay, in the group. Okay, let me do that. Let me do that.
Yes. So while you do that, thank you so much, everyone. I think that's the end of the session, correct?
Yes, sir. So any question can come in just for 1 minute.
Okay, questions. Yeah, questions can come in. While you are typing your questions in the comment section, I want to believe it's been an interesting session. You've been taking through the fundamentals of Python, which are the data types, how to format string, how to identify the booleans, the int, the float. In Excel you have the decimal. In Python you have the what? The float. So different tools, different architecture, but it's still the same goal. And then they also we took you through the other data types like the list and the rest. So these are very fundamental. All that we've learned today, you see that as we go on, it's just like you learning the ABC and 1, 2, 3. As you go on, you see that you apply it. So if you have issues with these sessions like this, it will be a bit hard for you to catch up. So I want us to, when the assignment will be sent, I don't know if you send this one assignment as well. And then, like I said, you are going to be paired. All right, and that's for those that join this class anyway. And yeah, ensure you do it so that next class it becomes a bit more easier for you to catch up. And of course, please always get your, like we had today, I think most people did not have their Python open, so that's why we didn't receive much. So please ensure, as the instructor is going to just practice by the side as well. And the recording will also be available on you for you to follow up with. Right. I think that will be all from me. If you have questions, just drop it before we call it a day. We want to see the code in your environment, maybe your Jupyter Notebook, Google Colab, or on your PyDroid phone. We don't want it typed out, so that we know that you are doing it. Well, let's see your environment. But it's all good, Sam. Yeah. Okay. That's it from me. Dara, you want to start anything? The moderator, anything?
Yes, sir. So it seems like there's no question. I think everybody enjoyed the class, yeah? We can go ahead and end the class.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Drop on emoji if you're okay. No question, right? Okay, sir. I think that's all for my end.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your time. The assignment will be dropped. See you in the next class. Bye.
All right. Bye.